Hello, everybody, and welcome to the continuation of our Pokemon designs that I've been told look a lot like Pokemon that exist. I don't know what Pokemon, but anyway, it's
Oh, I
not done
saw that
yet.
comment. Yeah.
Yeah, I asked like which one because I'm not sure. Hello, Chase.
Hello, and Emperor of Cheese, I guess, needed to wash up for the stream, so he'll be right back.
Yeah, he just got up, I guess. So anyway, all right. Let's toss these to the side a little bit and see what else we can come up with. Yesterday, I kind of liked the this middleman here. So let's start from the stage one again. And I apologize for the time it's taking, but design takes time, and I'm very confused doing it live, so it will take some time.
Hey, Fiddle.
So, hey, Fiddle. I'm gonna keep it this way. And it's just gonna multiply. All right.
So does Restream Bot take a while to just get going, or do you have to actually do
I
something?
did. No,
to
I
make it
did.
work?
I disabled and re-enabled the relay chat. It's kind of annoying to
Okay.
do it every day, but apparently it's necessary.
I kind of want to use it for my stream, but after seeing the results on yours, I'm like, I need to mess with it a little.
Yeah, I don't know if it's a good idea. I don't know. I hope my mic is not breaking like my keyboard. The keyboard is not faulty per se, it's just that I dropped something on it many times. And so the cue starts not working every single time now. Which is annoying. Whatever.
Okay. I spilled Coke Zero on my keyboard the other day. I turned it upside down and then just kept using it.
Yeah. Imagine if it wasn't zero. All that sugar.
Do you have a backup mic?
No. I don't think so. No, I think this is the only mic. Unless... No, the headset doesn't have a mic. And my laptop has a mic, but I'm not using the laptop, so... It better not stop working. Because that would be annoying. I should have other cords, probably somewhere, unless they're at my parents' place.
So Nemo posted a short earlier talking about Grimmsnarl's design and
Yes.
why he thinks it's bad. I mean, I agree. The shape design is really bad, but that's also a really popular monster from the last gen.
Why?
And okay, I was getting ready to go into that. I think a lot of people confuse ideas for designs because I think a lot of people like the idea of Grimmsnarl because he's a half dark, half fairy. So he's supposed to be sort of like a fantasy ogre type of Pokemon,
Yeah.
right? And so they like the idea of having like a fantasy ogre monster in the game. And I think because they like the idea, they like the Pokemon, but like having an idea in and of itself does not make it a good design, as I know from experience.
Yeah. Well, I don't even like the idea personally, because it's just, I don't know, I don't think it fits the others. Like, the actual Pokemon, until Gen 4, or even 5. It's just, it looks like a buff dude drawn by someone who cannot draw. The first thing you learn when you start designing an anime is you never, ever, ever do this. Like you don't do this. Okay, the Marshmallow Man, Michelin guy arms or legs. You don't. Like symmetry is no, just capital N, capital O, exclamation mark that's also capitalized in design. It's just no. You don't do that. you do not do arms or legs that are like that because it looks bad, and that's like all of it is like that. So, come
Okay,
on, no.
well, I think the reason why they wanted to do that is because like the hair is part of the design, right?
Yeah,
Like when you look at the evolution design, it gets hairier and hairier. And
yeah.
so I think the idea they were going for is like the arms are sort of like braided hair, but it doesn't really excuse the way that it interacts with the torso either, because you kind of have like
Whatever
the
the idea
big
was,
circles on
just
top.
the Marshmallow Man arms are just bad. I mean, there is no. I
Yeah.
cannot excuse it for any idea ever, because you can bride hair or groom hair, and you don't have to do that. It's just the way they made it. It just looks like a kid's design. It just does looks like a kid drawing to me. So and then the pre-evolutions are like stickman. One is an emo stickman, and the other is like a stickman with the giant head. And the nose is the ugliest part for me. Hello, Lovecrafted. Welcome.
Yeah, your redesign kept the hair theme and the creature, but made it a lot more well proportioned.
That's like 5 minutes, not even five, probably like 3 minutes. I didn't even put any effort in. I'm not pretending that is good, but at least it doesn't have those stark mistakes that are in the original. That's just too bad for me. It seriously is. The Marshmallow Man, the sausage arms and legs are just ridiculous. It's unacceptable for me personally. I just cannot stand it. So I apologize to the fans, but that is just bad design practices. Like really bad design practices, honestly.
Yeah, because like if you're taking those very simple shapes like the circles and just making a chain of them, when you make the silhouette, what is that even supposed to be?
I don't
It
know.
looks like nothing.
Again, I wish I could say something good about it, but that is just plain bad to me. Um, I realize I might be biased again because I have also different tastes, but this is really not about taste. Like for that one, it's just you cannot design something like that. It's bad. Again, it looks like a buff dude that was not drawn properly. So,
Yeah, remember when I showed you the Yu-Gi-Oh card Last Day of Witch? That guy they drew with the abdomen and the
yeah.
way they drew it? That's what it kind of reminds me of. It's just like this is not how you draw a torso.
Yeah, and it could be, it can be stylized to a degree, but this is not style. It is stylized, but it's not stylized the right way. So
Putting two circles on a cylinder is
they look like boobs. Come on, seriously. And then
they
okay,
they
well you have Jinx that has actual boobs. Yes, but that is design. I don't like Jinx personally. It's not one of my favorite designs, but it's still better than this. It's still somewhat of a design. This is that is just ridiculous for me. Again, I apologize if anyone likes it a lot, but technically, it's a disaster. It's a real technical disaster, in my opinion. So
I will say that Jinx, I think, is purposely supposed to be a weird design. I
yeah,
think
supposed to be
Grimmsnarl is supposed to be cool, but
yeah, I guess. Yes, it is.
I might stream Pokemon Stadium 2 later now
Pokemon Stadium.
for Pokecember.
December.
Welcome back, Emperor of Cheese. The Mister of Cheese, who sent the Super Mario Bros. Trailer and the Indiana Jones trailer earlier.
Yeah, watched both. I had watched the Indiana Jones one as well before he posted. Before he posted it on the channel. I don't know. I'm not convinced. But well, I didn't like the last one on Indiana Jones.
Yeah, I don't really have an interest of seeing another Indiana Jones movie. The original trilogy, that's really all I need.
Yeah, it just doesn't feel necessary. That's all. So, it's too much like a ball.
After watching the trailer, I now understand how Harrison Ford got injured while they were filming it.
Yeah, he's pretty old.
Like riding horses and doing action sequences. This poor guy who can't retire.
Because there's nobody else who can take over. Unless Tom Cruise is going to take that over. He's a little bit younger. Oh, hello, Samantha. Welcome. Yeah, Cheese. I don't know. I think it's done its time. I'm a huge fan of the original trilogy, especially the first and the last one. Especially the last one, the third one. Can't say the same with the fourth.
What's up, whoa?
Hey, whoa. Yeah, the last one was weird. It was kind of contrary to the main philosophy of Indiana Jones to a degree. I don't know. It felt kind of out of place. Hey, Alessandro.
That was a George Lucas thing. Everything he wanted to do with that. George Lucas definitely benefits from having other people around to temper his ideas.
Absolutely does. So I wanna by playing around with that idea of the fire on the head. Then it is kind of like the explosion, but I would still like to turn it into the crest of the third evolution, so we'll see. So I have like the whole Gen 1, Gen 2 roster here on my other screen because I want to keep in line with what the starters looked like back then. So we'll see if it helps. The hit might actually be too large.
Well, you can tell with episode 1, bet no one told him anything. At that point, no, because he had established such a reputation after the original trilogy that everyone kind of accepted his creative vision, even though it wasn't just him that created them.
Yeah.
Because he did want to include a lot more weird stuff in the original trilogy, but he had other people in his ear telling him, let's dial that back a little bit, let's not do this, and so forth. And obviously, he didn't direct Empire Strikes Back. Irvin Kershner did.
This looks like a beta right now. Will be gone so that I don't have to annoy you guys for long. Hello,
hey, Casual.
Oh, thanks for following, Matt, and welcome back. Get a double thank you for following. Yeah, that's right. That's right, cheese.
Oh God, the first Star Wars movie, it was a disaster until they edited it. That's what editing does for you.
I need a liquify tool that works out of the actual page instead of taking me to
Life finds a way.
Because Alec Guinness, the actor who played Obi-Wan in A New Hope,
yeah,
he was very famously skeptical of Star Wars even after
That is one big
he
pile of
acted
shit.
and starred in it.
Wait, he did what?
What?
No, sorry, I couldn't hear that because people are playing sounds. So, can you say it again?
Yeah. Everyone is preventing me from getting my point out.
Yeah.
He did not like starring in it, Emperor of Cheese.
No, really?
That is one big pile of shit.
No, he didn't think it would be any good. And if you look at just the raw footage,
I find your lack of faith disturbing.
It was really thanks to the creative editing process, and also a big shout out to John Williams for the score, because the score did a lot for the movie.
The score is actually great. Honestly.
That is the importance of music in your media.
Yes. Okay, so I wanted to have 3 fingers later. Like this.
Oh, hey, Saman on YouTube.
Hey, Saman.
Sorry. The chat is going crazy right now.
What is this thing? I'm trying to design the first of the starters.
Oh, welcome, Gun2 Soku on YouTube.
Hello. You're back to fixing other one. Oh no, we're trying to design some from scratch. These are like very, very, very early sketches. Some of them have potential, but it's gonna take a while before we actually find something that's workable. Yes, this is dangerously starting to look like Totodile. Dangerously. Is this game? They will have to be simplified a good deal, obviously.
Nemo, for this month's Critter Challenge, are you going to pick Krampus? Because if you are, I definitely want to sculpt him.
I thought we could do kaijus since I said it last time, but I'm gonna hear everyone's opinion, I guess. Yeah, what do you guys want to do for this? Krampus is very, very Christmas-ish, obviously.
We could do like a general Christmas creature challenge.
Yes, we could.
If somebody wants to make my Kali Kantaros design, you can go for it as a Christmas creature. But it is December.
Yeah.
I would pick Krampus for this month, Kaijus next month, says Cheese.
We'll see. Yeah, it's supposed to be like a Pokemon, yeah. Samon.
Sammy Antha, I would love if Pokemon becomes stable content for your channel. I don't think Nemo wants to do just Pokemon.
Yeah, it might, but not just Pokemon. For a simple reason, because it's too simple. I get bored after a while. I started doing Pokemon because I was bored a few years ago. And I needed to take a break from more complex stuff. But to do it always, probably not. In fact, I had even given up a little bit on just doing the pack monsters as a regular thing. Like I wanted to do more illustration, like the stuff that I did with Vecna, for example.
Yeah.
I would like to do
It
more
is
of
good
that.
to see people talk more about the artwork of Pokemon because most of the time this problem is being ignored. Did you see my comment in regards to the new Flamingo type Pokemon? I kind of want to know what you think about since you are also an artist.
I don't think I did. Did you post it like half an hour or so ago, like or maximum an hour ago? Because I was away from the computer for a while, so I might have not seen it yet. Let me
I don't
actually
think
read
I've
it.
seen the full image, but I'm pretty sure it's just a flamingo, right?
Is it on that video? Let's see if I get. You know what? I can check on my phone.
Yeah, I just looked up an image of it.
See, go back notifications.
That's the laziest thing I've ever seen. How's that a
Oh,
Pokemon?
and I don't think I got notified of your comment. Cause I'm scrolling through the comments, so no. We should do a co-op stream. All three of us critiquing the newest Pokemon Pokédex. We would love to discuss. Yeah, okay, we can do that actually. Cheese, since you're also a designer. My favorite new starter line, Cyndaquil, or Piplup. New, very new, right?
Nemo is very old, so those are new to him. Yeah, the flamingo is one of the people. I remember when the toucan Pokemon came out, everyone was complaining about how lazy that was. That's better than the flamingo.
Do I want some resemblance to actual crocodile arms without it being a crocodile? 100%. No, I don't have a favorite starter since my last favorite starter was the one that evolves in Greninja, but just because of Greninja. Because I did not like any of those ones in that generation either, unfortunately. Oh, if you gave a link to another video, it might be up for moderation. Let me check real quick. Because I don't know if links are allowed. No. No, I don't see it. Held for review. Oh, there you go. I found it. Fakemon, or as they call them in general, fan-made Pokemon, surpassed the work of Game Freak years ago. Yeah, I agree with that. I would be interested to see what you have to say about the new Flamingo Pokemon. It's called Flamigo?
Yeah, Flamigo.
I'm gonna check the video later. All right.
I would agree with that, Emperor of Cheese.
It's from 8 days ago. It is. Yeah, I'm sorry because I never check. I did not get notified of the held for review comments.
Why was it held for review?
Because there is a video link.
Oh.
So I'm gonna leave it here. I will not prove it now because otherwise I will forget to read it. So I'll do it later after the stream. I apologize for that. But YouTube does really not set notifications about all of the videos, unfortunately, it seems, which sucks. Well, maybe it should be kind of like Cyndaquil. Like have some small hands very close to the body. Although the crocodile technically has them on the side. I don't like the fact that they are too much on the side.
Sammy Antha asks, would I have permission to sprite the finished starter?
I guess, yeah. Just if you credit it, I mean, if you do it, just credit it. That would be fine.
Nemo, I looked at your short video about the Pokemon that looks like Green Goblin, and to be honest, I kind of liked it. People tend to forget Pokemon is mostly for kids and to be easy to animate. Well, that's not the issue with the design.
That's not the issue. The issue is as I was saying a while ago, this. Okay, and I'm sure Emperor Cheese also rolls his eyes. Because this, like, you go into an anatomy class, you have to design anatomy, arms and legs. You have to design them, obviously. This circle, this is just, they're gonna kick you out. That's just the number one thing you learn. That's the first thing you learn when you learn how to draw people. And that's basically a big guy. So that is the main issue I have with it. It's just not acceptable for me. Like from a professional designer, no.
On YouTube, Gun to Soku, his avatar is actually Grimmsnarl, if you look at it.
Really? What? I can't see it, so I don't know. Well, it's a buff guy. Yeah, it's not Grimmsnarl. Like, okay, even if you take, small anatomy lesson. Okay, you take a very simplified arm. Actually, let's do this. Okay, like this arm. It's not like the arm is this and this or this. Say, this is not how an arm is designed. The arm is this and this. Okay, that's what it does. It's offset, and then it's got to feel like this. It's got to be asymmetrical. That's why I'm so upset with the Grimmsnarl design, because it's a marshmallow man, and that is not okay. Oh, there you go. There you go. Actually, I like the fact that you're kept a little more.
True, but it's not anatomy, it's cartooning. The rules
doesn't
of
matter.
anatomy still apply.
It doesn't matter. It's a design principle. It's a design principle. You do not use spheres like that, design-wise.
Nemo and I did a stream a couple weeks ago where we were talking about this, but the human eye is actually meant to capture and process information in certain ways. So that whether it's a cartoon or not, the same rules apply in terms of shape design.
Whether you design a person or a monster, it's still the same thing. It's not going to be any different. So you don't do, like, you can't do this. Or worse, this is borderline, okay? But not spheres. Those are spheres. They're circles. They're just circles. Come on. That is not okay.
That logic doesn't really apply, too, because we're supposed to think that Grimmsnarl, this is part of the universe, right? And so the other Pokemon that exist beforehand exist in the same universe. So, like, if you're comparing Grimmsnarl's design to Rhydon, right, which is much more well-proportioned, you're supposed to believe that these things coexist in the same universe. So if you want to have some sort of, like, thematic, coherent unity in terms of the designs, it just doesn't work if you're going to go for something... Like, every design would need to look like Grimmsnarl, which I don't support, but...
Pretty much. Okay, I'm going to keep this one on the side now, or I'm going to leave it there and then see what I can come up with. I'm not too unhappy with how it's looking. It's a little too much like Totodile right now, because it's still missing the fire element. But we'll see. It doesn't necessarily need to be. Might want to become something like that, but we'll see. Okay, let's move to the second one. actually using this as a starting point.
Well, Pokemon designs coexisting with each other harmoniously was thrown out the window long ago. Yeah, but doesn't make them bereft of criticism. I am a big proponent of thematic unity in terms of design. That's why, like, in my game, I want Nemo to do all the designs in my game, because when you have too many different artists doing things, you get a sense that there's, like, no cohesive idea or vision of what's supposed to be in the game. Same with music. That's why I have the same guy doing the music. So, like, when you're doing all these different designs, it takes the player out of the game, because they sense that this design is not the same, but we're supposed to buy the fact that these coexist in the same universe. I see this all the time with RPG Maker games, where people will take designs from all these different people. It would be like, taking something that Nemo drew and then putting it in the same game as one of Thalzon, if you know who Thalzon is, one of his designs. They're just not the same. Thalzon uses different coloring and shading techniques than Nemo, and when you put those designs together, it really clashes. It takes you out of the experience when you do that. So thematic unity is really important for a game. Anyway,
It is, and that's why I'm using. That's why right now I have a lot of Pokemon design plastered all over my other screen, because I want them to feel cohesive. I want them to feel like they're part of the same world to a degree. Anyway, thank you, Saman. That was another quick one I made. BlustCon. Sorry for the naming. I know it's lame. It's too much like a lizard. Not enough.
Oh, Girder? Yeah, from Gen 5.
I don't like that one.
The clown. Circus strongman.
Why are they worse and worse over time? Well, I think it becomes just as a personal experience, because I had to design a lot of Ethermon. It becomes hard to keep cranking out a lot of new like they make too many new designs every single time, I think. First, so it's hard to come up with something that's genuinely new. Second, for the person that was designing them at the beginning is not designing them anymore. Is not the art director. Sugimori was not the art director anymore, and the fact that they switched to 3D did not help either. They're probably more focused on getting a good plushy material at this point than designing stuff. Honestly, I'm really
we talked about
this one personally. The one I'm working right now, I'm kind of liking it as a base shape. So we'll see.
Yeah, we discussed that on a previous stream. A lot of the designs are probably created with the intent of putting them into three-dimensional space, and that's a completely different design philosophy than drawing a piece of artwork and then spriting it into the game. So a lot of them, that's why you see a lot of people that defend designs to say, well, the static pose in the image looks okay, or it doesn't look that great, but maybe when it's animated it'll look a lot better. And that's not really an excuse for the design, but
yeah.
But also, that the other thing is kind of like what you were... Oh, you got a bot, Nemo.
Viewers, can you ban it?
Yeah. The other thing is that Pokemon is really focused on the anime now, and so a lot of designs are built around that aspect. That's why a lot of the starters, as much as people complain about the humanoid starters, they make them humanoid specifically because humanoid things are a lot easier to animate in an anime than, say, like a quadrupedal thing. So I know that people don't like the fact that Grass Kitty turned into a biped, the same way that Litten turned into a biped as well. But it's the fact of the matter is that they focus a lot on the anime and merchandising, and those things are a lot easier to create in terms of that.
Oh, hello, Shane Blackwood. Could make and ETH. What's ETH? Of its tail flame, and the shape of the flame change with the evolution. So, oh yeah. But this designer's Game Freak are either lazy or just ignoring guidelines. I think they're ignoring guidelines. Yeah, I would like, so for the third evolution, I would like it to be like a Spinosaurus sort of thing. So crocodile, small crocodile becoming some sort of Spinosaurus. And maybe the flames have something to do with the spine of the Spinosaurus, but it's still very, very early. These are like super early designs, so I'm actually going to use that. I'm liking Stage 2 though. Stage 2 is a good candidate to be furthered in terms of design. Let's see.
Nemo, I also think it's the fact it wasn't like a manga. It's a toy advertising thing too. It's not like a manga that is a passion project of a guy in some basement.
Well, it was.
Well, the original games were a passion project. Now, of course, it's a corporate company, but
the original
that are
one
churning out
was like
games.
it was like a Game Freak was the name of a magazine that this guy was publishing. These guys, two guys, were publishing Iwata and Sugimori.
Right.
Sugimori was designing and Iwata was writing the stuff. So
Not this one. Yeah, that's kind of our point. These newer games are just meant to be cash grabs, to be honest.
oh, thanks
don't
for
really-
subscribing, Shane. If I can call you Shane.
You don't really get a sense of inspiration or wonder in the new games.
No, you don't. The wonder is the most annoying. The missing, the fact that there is no wonder, that's the most annoying part for me. Honestly, it's sad. It's very sad, actually. Yep. On Photoshop. Yes.
But they're going to keep making them because they keep selling.
Yeah, probably. Although I've seen this time they got pretty bad reviews. Even IGN gave it 6.
Yeah, but they're still selling. That's the issue.
Yeah, I know. Who knows? Maybe there is a chance for them to change.
By the way, how much time did you invest for creating those Pokemons right now? These ones right here, or
An hour and
which one?
these sketches here, an hour and a half yesterday. Less technically because I'm also talking at the same time, so it's very complicated to talk and try to design at the same time. So yeah, these are just sketches for now. So trying to. It usually takes me about 3 hours to get something that I kind of like in terms of designs that I can later take to another stage and come up with some variations. I'm gonna use a scapula here. Maybe as a.
By the way, I'm posting Discord links to anyone that wants to join our Discord.
Oh yeah.
Or Nemo's Discord.
I also posted my actual fix on Grimmsnarl. It's like a very quick fix that I did today in a couple minutes. If anyone is interested in looking at it, it's in the Discord in the general section. Was it? I don't know. Could be.
I will also plug myself and say you can check out the Vikanauts channel where you can see some of the designs Nemo has made for my game.
Yeah, or also go to my itch page or watch the older videos of this channel. Thank you, Gontusoku, Santigoku. I don't know. Consider these are. If I were to design Pokemon for a game or whatever, it's a similar game. This would not be a 3 hours thing. It would absolutely not. Maybe that yearly concepts, yeah, but it's a thing that takes days or weeks. So I'm doing them as fast as possible now because you cannot watch me 10 hours just trying to figure out the first one. But I like when I designed the Ethermon, that takes a longer time than this because it's a product, right? So it has to be better. And in fact, actually, some of the older Ethermon are not as good because I was taking less time to make them, also because they had a smaller budget, so the time I could allocate for that was a little less.
Hey, Devin O on YouTube, welcome.
Hello, Devin O.
I really don't like Skeledirge's fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially the one on the nose. I feel is really out of
the
place.
chicks.
I also don't like the hard angles they designed on the body too. It looks really unnatural.
The overall shape of this, this might be better. Let's see.
Nemo, check your DM real quick.
Yes. Yeah. That's the
So you see like what I'm talking about, like on the chest there, the way it kind of has that hard angle where it's like a polygon, right?
It's a polygon, yeah.
I didn't smooth that out when they were making it.
They didn't. I don't like where this is going, so take it away. So the second one, I think I'm gonna go for something like this because I like it a lot. Just have to implement the fire thing. It might work on that one as well, but I like how that's developing. This needs a different approach. Probably the tail is might be a little too long for a Pokemon tail. Oh, thanks for subscribing, Devin. I appreciate it. So now what I want to do here is get the Spinosaur sort of look. Not 100%. Let's see if I can fill. Okay, so I still want to preserve something of the original idea, the crocodile. It doesn't even need to be that long.
The whole design is just bland and without any passion. The cities look so bad. Even Mario Sunshine looks way better what we got in 2022, and people are still defending this game. Yeah, I sent Nemo an image the other day. I made a landscape in Blender, and it actually looks better than the landscapes in the new game. Like, legitimately. And it took me like 5 minutes to make.
Yeah, what I'm saying is that, let me actually show that thing that I only posted on Discord. It takes so little to make it better. I'm not a great designer, but I can see how you take something. Come on, copy it. Copy the image. Yeah, you take something like this. I think it's better than the original Grimmsnarl. I even added the bangs, another variation. It's better proportion. And it took me 5 minutes just to do this, which I think is already a little better. So imagine if you have a team.
5 minutes.
About 5 minutes, yeah. Maybe less.
That 5 minutes to improve the design.
To improve the design, obviously. So it means it doesn't take that much if people put effort, honestly. It doesn't seem so complicated for me to do. So it's probably not for people that have more experience, right?
What's up, Kim, the milkmaid?
Thank you, Saman. It's just that there are way better designers than me, and they should work on that game. But I don't think they will. Unfortunately. Let's put it here for now. I don't want it to be too much like a dinosaur. But someone in the fire. The fire could be a flame like Rapidash. It doesn't have to be like spiky fire necessarily. So this could be like a one flame, you know. Could actually be. You know what? I don't think I'm gonna leave it as a flame like this. Might actually be better than. It's like it's got these things in the back, probably. Yeah, I'm liking it.
5 minutes, so we can confirm even in the other video where you just changed the mouth that the current designers just do not care, or the people who are in charge, at least. It's
in charge, yeah.
They're probably.
Art director.
It's a combination of time crunch, and also the fact that they know they're going to sell anyway. So the designs don't really matter. Matt says, is it only me or anyone else hates sausage like toes of the final Evo of Quaxley? The final Evo of the duck is just bad. All around.
That is just incredibly weird. It's not just it's weird. It's weird.
All right, guys, gotta go. See you at Chase's if he streams. Yeah, I'm
All
streaming
right.
today.
Have a good breakfast.
See you, cheese.
Have a good breakfast, cheese with cheese. Breakfast with cheese. Okay, I like this. Let's see if we can come up with something a little better in that. But I'm liking where this is going. Like first, second, and third one. The first one might be this though, the slightly more crocodile. We'll see.
Nemo, I'm sorry, but that doesn't look very Pokemon looking. It's not finished.
It's not finished, just a sketch. It's just a sketch. Have you seen the beta Pokemon? Do they look like Pokemon? There's a lot of simplification to go through before it gets similar to an actual Pokemon. We will see when we get to the final.
I actually had an idea in regards to the Pokemon design. I think Game Freak should just stop making designs and let the fans do it because they do a better job than them since 2013.
Maybe.
I mean, it's true though. There's lots of fake mons that are better than the actual mons.
Anyway, Simon, these are mostly just the initial ideas that later will develop into something. But I do want to keep some. Basically, what I'm looking for now is design ideas. Like I like the head that's looking like this, with maybe this ball here in the back. I like the short limbs in the front and the longer limbs in the back. And the idea that there's a flame in the back instead of just like the sparks, like Typhlosion and the whole evolution there.
It's because it's Pokemon, sadly. Like, I love Pokemon, but a franchise like, say, Xenoblade, Earthbound, or F-Zero, Fire Emblem wouldn't be able to get away with some of the stuff Game Freak does. Oh, yeah, like, if I did some of the things they do in their games in my game, people would call me unprofessional, or they say that my game is terrible or awful and that I didn't put much effort into it. But they get the benefit of the doubt, and I do not, even though I'm just one guy. And they're
that is the most annoying part for me. The most annoying part is that they get away with it. I don't think they should. That's why I'm here, complaining and treating them bad. treating them really bad.
Yeah, no, you should hold them to a higher standard because they have the resources to actually do these things.
Yeah.
It's pretty bad that I'm funding my own game and having Nemos create them, and my creature designs are better than the ones that they create. And I do not have an endless amount of money. I dislike that the game is a school. Yeah, I'm kind of sick of school settings in games. Or
Yeah.
anywhere, really.
Tell me about it. I don't like schools at all. As I already stated many times in this stream, I do not like schools.
I no longer believe in standards. The world is too crazy for that, and no one cares anymore about anything. There's your black pill for the day. I think there's some level of truth to that. We live in a very post-ironic world, so everyone kind of turns everything into a joke.
Yeah.
That's why Top Gun Maverick was such a breath of fresh air. It felt totally
yeah.
sincere. It wasn't
Absolutely.
like cynical or anything like that.
It's I think it's a very genuine as a movie. It's an experience actually. Nowadays you get a lot of you go to the theater or watch a movie, you know, it's just come on, give me a break. I just want to watch a movie and be entertained for an hour and a half. Not be shot down my throat, whatever the director or producer or whoever company thinks. I'm not interested. Time is too precious to spend it like that. And if I do want that, I'm gonna watch the news.
You were basically trapped within cutscenes for like 2 hours right at the start. It was even hard to watch. Yeah, that's another big issue with modern games. Masahiro Sakurai, the director of Smash Brothers, he has a YouTube channel, and he actually did a very excellent video talking about this subject, where so this is sort of a subjective preference, but for me, as if you don't know, I'm a writer by trade. And I typically like to start stories in media res, which, if you're not familiar, in media res is Latin. It means in the middle of things. So you don't start a story with like a whole bunch of exposition and things like that. You get right into the action, and then you progressively introduce more of the story and lore as the story unfolds. And a lot of games like really front end themselves with exposition and cutscenes and things like that. You can do a natural progression of the story and all of the different elements of the world that you're trying to introduce without overburdening the player with all of this. You're like assaulting them with information, and that's not a good way to start a game. And there's a lot of games that do that nowadays, where it's like the players are just sitting there watching cutscenes, waiting to do something with their controller, and it's like, get on to the point. And frankly, there's a lot of sloppy writing too. You really need to tighten your scripts down, your dialogue and things like that more. But a lot of video game writers are not actual writers. They're video game writers. They would benefit from talking to people who write novels and things like that. They're obviously different types of media, but a lot of the same principles still apply. even the context of the game kind of changes what you need to do, because video games are interactive media, so you want the player to actually interact with what's going on in the game.
Yeah. Which is not that easy to do, unfortunately. Oh, there I heard
And that isn't to say that it's not to say that cutscenes aren't necessary, but you want to tighten them down a little so that the player does not get bored and feel like they're watching a movie. It's a different thing.
So much. Oh yeah, the player slaves the legendary with the sandwich.
That thing?
Yeah, it's true. The very beginning.
Oh god, that's another thing. The sandwich cutscene when you're eating it, that's the laziest thing I've ever seen. Where like they have the static image of the sandwich and the player just pops up in from the side and they do like a biting animation without biting into the sandwich. What the hell is that? By the way, what is the brief cause you've been thinking about? Is it a fire crock or something more?
Yeah, like the starter from Generation 9, I guess the last one. Fire crocodile.
Nemo is basically redesigning the fire starter from the new game.
Instead of just being a crocodile, it becomes a Spinosaurus sort of thing. It's still missing, especially stage 2. It's still missing the fire element because I'm trying to figure out a nice way to implement it. It's not easy. It's a crocodile. It's like if turtle, Squirtle was a fire starter. So there are ways, obviously. It's just that I haven't thought about enough of them yet.
I like this so far, though. Second stages in Pokemon are often an afterthought, as we were discussing yesterday.
Yeah.
It's nice to see some thought put into this.
Using my Spinosaur references. Yeah, I don't know if I want this to be quadruped or biped. Not sure yet. So the Spinosaurus has pretty lame legs, actually, because it's supposed to swim a lot.
Yeah.
So I don't know if making it look like a dinosaur, like a theropod there, is a good idea. We'll see. I like this like crouching pose a little bit more. Maybe there is some potential here.
What about the type fire plus steel or fire plus ground? Yesterday we talked a little bit about making it fire poison, but it's kind of whatever at this point.
Yeah, fire poison would be a cool idea, I guess. Just because it could have like smoke in the early stage instead of fire. Also able to produce fire, but maybe the default form is like with smoke. And so, hence the.
Yeah, I mean, a kind of poisonous crocodile is a cool idea. And it pollutes the air around it.
Yeah. Something here. 3 fingers. We have something in the shoulders. Not necessarily. Pokemon limbs are pretty simple, but I don't want them to be, 100% simple like the newest ones, because I still like some structure to them.
Yeah, Fire Poison is unique, which is much better than the new games where every Pokemon is like for the starters are either dark fighting or ghost now. That's what they've been doing every generation. Except just switching them up. So it's like you get a ghost dark or grass dark or grass ghost or grass fighting. It's like, okay, yeah. Now we're just cycling between these now. They just must not have any ideas after doing firefighting starters 3 generations in a row.
Yeah.
Grass is whack. You mean when you smoke it?
Okay, this is not too. But the back here needs. So the problem with this is, in terms of silhouette, it kind of bumps into the back. So, unfortunately, if I want the fire in the back, this is, unless I make the fire very small, this is probably the greatest idea.
Yeah, the new water starter is part fighting. Incineroar looks like a fighting type. Yeah, I get what they were going for. They were trying to make him a heel, so he's like a bad guy wrestler kind of thing. But, Are hyperlinks allowed in here? YouTube might take that down.
I'm not sure. You can try. I'm not sure, honestly.
They do on Twitch.
Yeah, for the bots, probably. They're disabled by default. I kind of like the body shape, but let's see if I can.
I love the idea of a Black Cat starter, but it could have went better. Black Cat Pokemon in general. I mean, yeah, the idea is there. Like a cat that's part dark because black cats are associated with, being unlucky and things like that. So it's a neat idea, but they went in a different direction with it, I guess. And thanks to everyone who joined the Discord. I saw we got like 2 to 3 new followers now on there.
Thank you. Oh, I appreciate it. One idea we were brainstorming yesterday was to have the head be like a rock or something, because it felt fitting.
Yeah, Simon, a
Sure,
hyperlink is it links to an external source. That's all it is.
Yeah, it sounds fancy, but it's not. Sadly.
Yeah, I wonder where you got the idea to have a rock head on a fire creature. That's
Wonder.
interesting.
Wonder. As I said, we were brainstorming it yesterday. So. Oh, okay, I did not dislike this one either, honestly. I mean, if I turn the head a little bit, it's actually pretty nice. Pretty nice.
Why not have its head as a skull? I'm sure they haven't done that before.
Yeah, they haven't, right? Right? That's what they told me.
That reminds me, I watched Detective Pikachu last night for the first time.
That's not too bad.
One of the first Pokemon you see is Cubone.
That's true. It's not a bad movie. I kind of enjoyed it, honestly.
It did everything it needed to do.
Yeah.
It's
an
not
okay
supposed
movie.
to be a work of art.
Yeah.
Just a fun little movie. I have issues with some of the writing choices, but I'm not going to talk about that here.
I can't complain. I didn't feel like I wasted my time. At least she's already something.
Nemo, you are the cold expert by now. What helps the throat to not hurt as much? Okay.
Nothing. Mine just kept hurting a lot. Honestly.
Wow, Kim, why is your throat hurting so much, Kim?
You got
I wish
the virus.
we had a sequel. I
Sequel?
don't know if it needs a sequel.
Oh, Detective Pikachu? Yeah, I don't think it does.
I feel like they wrap things up pretty nicely.
Yeah. Student is not here, but I wanted to show him, like, this is what he has to do. Go through. Like, I'm drawing the tail, but I'm going through the body to figure out kind of, more or less, where it goes.
Because I got a cold and almost passed out in the bus today? Yeah, a likely story.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Word of advice, Kim, if you ever come to America, don't pass out on a bus in New York.
Yeah. Yes. Anywhere, not just in New York. Kind of Pokemon-ish, you know? I'm not too unhappy with that.
Hey, Samuel.
Oh, hello there. Welcome back. Isn't this like Cyndaquil?
Isn't this... Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, the point is that I don't know how to implement the fire if I don't add the flames in the back. I will rework it as soon as I find a good base. So I have two so far, like these two. I think these are pretty good as a base. That one, maybe even that I might use as a starting point. I think we're kind of it's kind of starting to come together a little bit. It's like the designs are a little clearer compared to yesterday. Like this was yesterday, and today we got this one first, and then this one is a slight modification of that. No, it's time to work out some other number twos.
But yes. The flame on the back is like Cyndaquil, although this is not an echidna or anteater or whatever Cyndaquil is supposed to be.
Try to reduce this. Let's try to blend this and that a little bit.
Are you planning to include its Hispanic background to the design?
No. 100% no. No,
Well, I
I
think
don't
the
think
fire
that.
covers that.
Probably.
It's very spicy.
I just don't like the idea, the way they're implementing them. I don't know. It's weird. Am I the only one feeling weird about those? Just the fact that they try to implement original stuff, like the soccer player being a Pokemon starter, like, come on, please, 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 please. They're supposed to be animals. They're too humanoid that way. I don't want to give them humanoid traits. You can use. There are an S ton of mythological creatures you can grab from any culture. Why do you have to use a soccer player? Seriously, you can use legends from that region. You can use British legends. Why not? Instead of using a soccer
Well,
player,
all of the that was the thing though. All of the starters were based on British things.
which is
So like
ridiculous.
one was a
The
sock.
Bond starter.
So yeah, like Cinderace was a soccer player, and then Inteleon was supposed to be like James Bond, I guess. And then yeah, Rillaboom was a drummer.
Sorry,
For
I don't like the idea.
I get it. I that's the thing. I get what they're going for. There's a difference, as I was saying at the beginning of the stream. There's a difference between a concept and then the execution of that concept.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about using other regions. I mean, they used Japan to start with. The first Pokemon games were set in Japan, Kanto. So I guess okay, you want to make it more international. All right, but why don't you use the legends? Uh, they use a lot of Japanese legends for the first Pokemon games.
Yeah, right. It's like in Gen 5, it's based on America, or more specifically, New York City. And the box legends are Taoism, like Reshiram and Zekrom, which that's not really related to America in any way, but. Although they did make Braviary, a bald eagle Pokemon, so. Oh yeah, Matt. Like I'm saying, it's not a soccer player is weird, yes, but like an idea behind a design, that's like as I just said, that's different than the execution. You could potentially make any idea work,
Yeah, you can.
except for Ice,
If you have good
except for
designers.
Ice Cube.
Yeah. Okay. If you have good designers, you can make some ideas look cool even if they're not a cool idea. That's what designers are supposed to do. Make things look cooler than they actually are. I'm not saying that I do that, but at least I try.
Oh yeah, Samuel. Like, I sent Nemo a Thunderbird design. That's a really cool mythological creature that you could turn into. You could make that a legendary Pokemon in a game, but they just opted for other things, even though there's lots of cool mythological creatures.
Yeah.
Thunderbirds are go, yeah.
You Thunderbird. Playing the theme song.
The-
But I'm too old. Nobody knows Thunderbirds nowadays, I guess. That was a classic.
Also, Zapdos, yeah, but Zapdos isn't a stylized Thunderbird. I was thinking something with more, with something more Native American looking, totem-esque as a design. Zapdos is just an electric bird. And it's also not like Pokemon has never recycled ideas for designs, right?
Flip something out for the back. Figure something out for the back. This looks like a chibi Spinosaurus, which is not cool.
Have you played any Pokemon ROM hacks? I don't remember.
Sure, I might have in the past, not recently. I might have in the past.
Are there still Pokemon ROM hacks available, or is Nintendo furiously trying to take them all down because they hate their fans? I don't get why people excuse them running out of ideas for designs. Literally anything can be a Pokemon. Yeah. A lot of people just have like nostalgia to some extent. And also, they get swept up in new games coming out. It's sort of like this is the new thing, and so everyone wants to be part of the group and participate in that.
Am I the only one who doesn't want to be part of the group?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's just like if you have a dissenting opinion, people are going to go after you, because if you're not giving positivity to everything, if you're critical in any aspect, they will come after you, which is not healthy. Criticism is what's healthy.
Yeah.
It's the only way you can improve.
Okay, I think we might want to stop here for today. We've got some interesting ones. This is interesting. This is interesting. This is workable. This is interesting. And then I guess tomorrow, or not tomorrow, I guess Monday at this point, we can work a little more on the first one, starting from these and going backwards. But I'm liking this base one and this, so I might even just use those two and see how it goes. They're a little generic, like proto Pokemon probably, but honestly, I really like the second one. Might not be so Pokemon-ish yet, but I like where it's going. It's an interesting type of lizard, and once I figure out how to add the fire, it might become something interesting. Okay? All right. I have to stop. Tomorrow we have the challenge, and also showing the results of November, the designs that people made for the design challenge of Discord. So let me see. Nobody I know is online, so we're gonna stop here instead of rating someone. Everybody, thanks for watching. Thanks to it's too many to name. Oh, Gaius 003, thank you. Yeah.
Before we go, Samuel, we do stream like almost every day, so it's always the same hours each day.
Always the same time, every day, apart from
Except
Sunday.
Sundays.
Except for Sunday, because I need the break. Otherwise, I die. Watch the streams, or I will die. Not really. You will die. Anyway, Thank you, everybody. Sorry for not mentioning everybody. It's starting to be a lot of people, so my memory fails me. But thanks everybody for watching. And tomorrow we will do the wacky challenge, and it's probably going to be shorter, maybe 1 or 2. And then or vice versa. Probably first we're gonna see the design results, and then the wacky challenge. Okay. So yes, I will take a look at the flamingo now. Actually, after I finish streaming, after I push the stop button. Okay.